Hey y'all, it's Dana, your friendly neighborhood wildlife biologist in his name outdoors. Hey, if he can save me, he can save you. So I've been called into a site. They're doing some timber work, some logging, and there's this creek system is flooded. There's my truck, and it's got water all across the road, and the timber company needs to get to that side to do some forestry work for the landowner. And there's a dam way down there. There's a dam there, and the bank den's up here. So I've got a snare there, and I'll show you real quick on that snare. And folks, if you don't like trapping videos, go ahead and turn this video off, because I do have a beaver I caught in a 330 body grip. But this is, some people have asked about my snares. I'm very simple on snares. So I've got my snare cable wrapped around a tree. I usually put it low, tie it in to where if they chew that tree down, they're here. But there's just the snare, how I do it. I wrap some, and I was taught by an amazing trapper with years, and he's just simple. And I use wire, wrap it in tight, under, take a U where it doesn't move. My snare, I'll make a little bit bigger than hand size. Let me see if I can. Hand size. And then the snare is 2 fingers off the bottom, and it can flow freely. And you see this, I got a little caster set right there at the top. And I got freedom on both sides. It's just a simple snare. A lot of people do, and look, this is, every trapper does things different. This is how I do it. So I find an area where they're going in, probably going up there getting some vegetation, feeding. I had fresh tracks, so I put a little caster there, made a caster mound. And I got freedom on the bottom. There's nothing that can impede that snare from flowing. And so when a beaver pulls it, it falls. And that's how I catch them. So I didn't catch anything in this snare. And I got freedom on both sides of this thing. So this is a free flowing snare. Like I said, hand size. That's about a 9-inch hand size. But it has to have, for me, I make sure it has some freedom to move. It's not going to catch on anything. But that's, my hand fingers are wet. That's how I do it. And if it was deeper, I'll show you when, if it's deeper water, that snare's a little bit lower. But here, like I said, I have a caught beaver in a trap. So if you do not want to see that, go ahead and turn it off now. So on the, sorry. Try not to, damn. I think I got a hole in my wader. So I did the same thing on the other side. I used a 330. And I will set this 330 and do a quick video. You know, when I'm running traps, I use sticks to hold my 330s. I was taught that by the guy who taught me how to do everything 20-something years ago. So I just use sticks. I don't use anything else, and I tie it off. But caught that one, so I'll pull the casters out, and I will use the casters. And what we have is, this is a female. Beavers are not really sexually dimorphic, which means you just see one swimming, you really can't tell. You can tell the difference between a male turkey and a female turkey. So with beavers, I got the female because those are called teats. And there's a teat right there. They'll have 4 of them. But this is the one I want. This is the female. They're a lot of times the hardest to catch. So I got a big female right here. I'm happy about the female. You can also feel down here to check on them. But see, there's a little caster smell coming out. So I will put that, I will squeeze that and put that into my jar. It's a dude scent, it's a different scent. So I'm going to get her out. And usually I just use hands But as I've gotten older, I just use easier. And this is, and I do not promote products, folks. You know that. But that thing's pretty good. That thing's really good to use. It's just like a caulk gun. I bought it because, like I said, 90% of the time when I trap, I don't use anything. I just compress the springs with my hands. It's because a lot of setters are sitting in the woods because I forget about them. But caught that one. It was chained off, or I got a line to that stick that's holding it, and she was underwater. Oh, and I set it right here. I put a little caster right there. I'll make another little caster set. I can see it was an active run because they're constantly going up in there. Made my set, and I will take a picture of the set when it's done and try to be a comment and pin this. All right. A lot of people don't like trapping. I understand that, but there's a reason we do this. They can't get to the other side of this to get to the timber. They have to get big trucks across here. So this landowner has a situation, and you cannot just trap a beaver in a live trap and go take it somewhere and release it. You can't, that's not a feasible option. So we have to do this. It's for a specific reason. I'm not just out here trapping to kill a beaver because I want to. It's a job for me, and I'm actually pretty good at it. So Dana Johnson, In His Name Outdoors. Please follow and subscribe. I'll get this reset. I'll put a picture on this post once I get it done. I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Subscribe and follow. Thank you. Bye.